Case Study 14, the case of Ricardo Martinez, tells a story about the in-class challenges a professor experiences when moving a face-to-face course online. After 6 weeks into the class, the professor decides there are too many things going wrong and seeks help. First, let's start with meeting the key stakeholders involved in this scenario. Meet Georgina Bates, a professor at Western College. Georgina had previously only taught face-to-face Human Resource Development, or HRD, courses. Her courses were always popular, and she received extremely high evaluations from students. Western College's president recently declared that he wants the college to provide more technology-based and technology-enhanced courses in order to keep up with higher educational institutions. Georgina diligently wanted to support the president's strategy for the college and decided to offer one of her courses, HRD 512, online. She also expected that her success would help more faculty in her department consider online or hybrid courses in the future. Success was critical for others to adopt similar strategies to online teaching and technology. For most students, HRD 512 is their first experience with an online course. But Georgina's courses have always been popular, and one of her colleagues had assured her that the students would get the hang of it in a couple weeks. Students were a little nervous, but excited about not having to drive to class. So what went wrong? Unfortunately, through various emails to Georgina, students have expressed frustration and confusion over due dates and assignment criteria. They're unsure how to locate the discussion forum, and generally they don't know what to do. After the emails and feedback from student comments on the mid-semester evaluations, Georgina is so frustrated she's almost ready to give up on teaching online altogether. Nearly all the students expressed frustration, although 2 have said that once they figured it out, it was a good course. After Georgina expresses frustration to a colleague, he recommends that she meets with Ricardo Martinez, an instructional designer at Western College. Georgina and Ricardo meet, and Georgina shares student feedback and gives Ricardo a tour of her course site. Let's talk about what's going wrong. Ricardo doesn't do a gap analysis of expected versus actual student performance because Georgina came prepared with her own analysis in the form of a list of course problems as she sees it.
Some students aren't regularly participating in online discussions. When I email them to find out why not, the most common reply is, "What discussions?" I'm chasing after too many students who haven't handed in assignments on time. Some students complain that they didn't know when they were due. Due dates are listed on the site. Some of the assignments that are completed on time do not match the criteria specified for the assignment. Some students have complained that they don't know what I want them to do. Students continually email me with questions that are answered in the online course materials. I need to look for a new job.
Based on the information we have about the scenario, let's use the Robinson's Gaps map to focus on the performance issues involved. To recap, here are some of the student performance issues. Students are turning in assignments late and turning in assignments that are missing the specified criteria. Some are not participating in online discussions at all. Many are looking at the individual pages on the course website without making the connection between other related areas. And most are emailing Georgina with their questions that can be answered by information found on the course site. But what's missing is taking a look at Georgina's performance issues. Georgina built a course website with an unorganized interface and without consulting an expert or an instructional designer. She did not orient the students to the online course layout. She didn't set expectations that the students should go out and explore all of the pages of the site. And she continues to email students answers to their questions without reinforcing where the answer could be found on the site.
To determine some solution options for Georgina, first we'd review Georgina's gap analysis of her students' behavior. We'd do the same for Georgina's performance. Then we'd look at the gaps to pin down some of the causes. We have some great resources, such as the mid-semester course evaluation that the students have already filled out, and Georgina herself. Additionally, we could interview a star student. Because the students can't seem to find the information they need on the website, we recommend conducting a usability test of the course website too. Given that it's the middle of the semester, Georgina might not want to completely change the layout of her course website. A couple students have already taken the time to explore the site as it currently is. So we can recommend some short-term interventions. First, include more hyperlinks on the course website. For example, whenever the hard-to-locate discussion forum is mentioned, make it a link to the discussion page. And to encourage more participation, RSS subscriptions can email new discussion postings directly to the students. Georgina should conduct a website orientation or demonstration to show the students how to use the resources available to them, and to explain her expectations that students look for the answers on the course website first, then maybe ask a fellow student before asking Georgina. Additionally, as instructional designers, we can provide a job aid or a list of frequently asked questions to help students navigate the website as it currently is and find what they need. Lastly, when students do email Georgina with questions, she will respond with a link or directions to where the answer is found on the website rather than providing the answer itself. We recommend a more permanent solution for next semester. The website usability test will show that Georgina's website needs to be more organized. She can consult a subject matter expert regarding website design and be sure to test it before the next class begins. And of course, she should continue to set expectations with her students to become more familiar with the site and to find the answers for themselves. The things that we learned through this experience should be shared, first with Georgina, and she might choose to share her experience with her students too. She should also share it with the faculty of Western College so that they can learn from her mistakes and be more successful in implementing future online courses. So, how can we determine whether our efforts were successful? First, we can ask the students to fill out anonymous surveys asking about the effectiveness of our interventions. Or, after the course is over, we can review the usual course evaluations to see what comments the students have. And we can compare the online students' grades to the on-campus students' grades. We're also interested in what Georgina has to say about her experience. Did it improve? Specifically, we'll see if the number of emails Georgina receives were reduced. And of course, websites can provide information about the number of hits per page per user when a logon is required. Here are our go-to books and our contact information if you have any questions. Thank you very much.